Now we look at the different problems of private provision of education. So when the education is provided to the people privately, the views of the donors or the owners of the education institution or those who control the decision making in that institution are very important. So their religious views are important, and they influence the curriculum and whatever happens in that institution. Their ethnic views are important, yeah, or their ethnicity or linguistic bent is important. Their nationality is important. So all these things become very important when it is a private institution, and this makes the whole education structure a bit biased. Then, of course, in the private institution, every school or every chain is varied. So every school or every chain decides itself what kind of curriculum it will teach, what kind of teacher they will recruit, what kind of buildings they will build, whether there will be certain sports available or not available. So, for example, in curriculum, private schools in Lahore or Islamabad or Karachi will look at whether they will go for Oxford curriculum or Cambridge curriculum, or they will import books from the US. So all these decisions have to be made, and all chains do it separately and independently, not linking it with others. Then, of course, in the private sector, teachers don't have a specific educational requirements. So teachers can be of different ability and education. There are few rules and regulations. Most, if you know the owner or the principal, then you can be hired depending on what your education is. But mostly the decision remains with the owner or the principal. Profit motive is very important in private education. So usually it's more fees, more children in one class, less is spent on teachers, on buildings, on grounds, on extracurricular activities to increase the profits for the owners. And of course, private education is restrictive, not universal. So it will be influenced by the area in which it is operating, by the region in which it is operating, by the people who are operating it, by the government who is administrating it. And now the issue is, of course, restrictive in the sense of ability to pay. So private education will always look how much you can pay. So if you can't pay certain level of fee, you will not be allowed to enter the school, which is different from public education. Another problem which is debatable, but that private education is not as nationalistic. So when you study in public schools, you learn about your own country, like Pakistan, what are its advantages, how it's. So you have this national version of history and geography and all, the government and all that. In case of private education, you don't know, or you are not required to know about these things. So you have, of course, Oxford books on Pakistan or Pakistan studies, but their bent or their idea of Pakistan is slightly different from what the government of Pakistan or what the state of Pakistan wants to project. So it depends on how the private school decide which kind of curriculum it needs. And of course, they will be influenced by the region they are in, not by the national level of consciousness. Some of these problems which I have discussed are, of course, present in public education too. So public education can also be biased. Public education can also be restrictive in some way. Public education can also be not as nationalistic as it should be. But in the case of public education, the problems are not intrinsic or inherent, so they can be moved. But in case of private education, these problems or these issues are intrinsic. Thank you.